And in closing, I will reiterate so that, there's no ambiguity about it. Anissa and I are no longer involved in Creator Clash. We're stepping down completely. We hope that the event is a massive success this year. We hope that all of the fighters get what they wanted out of it.
That's right, iDubbbz is walking away from Creator Clash. He's cutting all ties and he has no involvement with it going forward, which is kind of a weird thing. I really did expect iDubbbz to cancel Creator Clash, but I never expected him to just give it up completely and walk away from it. He's throwing in the towel. Now, of course, he announced this in his new content deputy. That's right, he posted a follow-up to the content cop that he had made on H3H3 or Ethan Klein, and in this he basically goes through some more problems he has with Ethan. Honestly, it's just kind of a weird video of iDubbbz chirping in on the Ethan versus Hassan thing that happened the other day, but he takes time to mention that he's quitting Creator Clash and that he's just completely gone. Now, that being said, Creator Clash did also put out their own statement about this, and it basically says the same thing. Ian and Anissa Jomha have made the difficult decision to fully step away from Creator Clash, both publicly and behind the scenes, and are relinquishing ownership of the event. That's right, they don't want to be involved at all anymore. This decision wasn't made lightly, but it's a necessary step toward returning Creator Clash to its core purpose, bringing communities together for a night of boxing fueled by passion, discipline, and the goal of raising money for causes that matter. Since the beginning, this event has been about more than just the fights. It's been about creators pushing themselves beyond their limits, fans rallying behind something positive, and using that energy to do some good in the world. Since Creator Clash's inception, we've been able to raise meaningful funds and awareness for charities making real impact. That mission has lost focus in recent weeks, and it's clear that for the event to move forward, things need to change. We're making space for that change now. As part of the fallout, both Harley Morenstein and Lena have stepped away from their scheduled fights. While we're disappointed to lose two creators who brought so much heart to this event, we understand and respect their decisions. The fighters still on this card have been training for months in silence, in sweat, and in the shadow of everything else going on. They deserve the spotlight, not the fallout. This event was never about any one person, and it shouldn't have been defined by internet drama or personal conflict. Our hope has always been that this event could be a force for good. One night where entertainment, effort, and community come together to support causes that matter. That hasn't changed. If you felt disappointed or let down by the noise, we hear you, but we hope you'll continue to support the people stepping into the ring. They've worked too hard, and the charities we fight for are too important to let the mission get lost. Thank you for being here. We're still fighting for something bigger, Creator Clash. So basically what they say in this is that Ian and his wife are stepping down completely, and that it's because of the noise that they were creating. They're upset that there was so much noise. I assume they mean the backlash to iDubbbz's content cop, and there's been a lot of backlash to that, let's be honest. It was not very well received, at least with the people I talked to, and as part of that fallout, they did lose both Harley Morenstein and Lena. If you remember, we talked the other day, Harley Morenstein announced his departure from Creator Clash on Twitter, saying, "I'm not boxing," and that's how he dropped out. He just said, "I'm not boxing," and peaced out. Lena did it a little differently and had H3H3 actually announce it for her on his podcast. Now, you might wonder why, and that's because Lena is married to AB, who is involved in the H3 show. So it was kind of a mess, right? You had this guy who was the head of Creator Clash, the guy who was in charge of the whole thing, and was the person that the public thought about when they thought of Creator Clash. iDubbbz is synonymous with Creator Clash. He always has been because it was his event. He created it. Now, of course, his wife is also in there too, but less people focus on her because iDubbbz is the more famous one. Although, I don't know if that's going to be true for much longer. But they decided to offend at least two of their creators, Harley Morenstein and Lena, by going after Ethan Klein here. Now, iDubbbz content cop on Ethan Klein has like 6 million views, almost 7 million. And to be honest, it was just extremely left-wing, right? And that's not really a problem. I may not agree with it, but it's not a problem for him to have those opinions. The problem is he has those opinions and he's putting them out when he's the face of Creator Clash. So I think they're hoping that by having Ian and his wife step away from the Creator Clash, that maybe they can sidestep a little bit of the drama and some of the stuff that's going on. And also they won't be affected by his statements and the things that he said, which I think could possibly have effects on sponsors. I'm not going to say that they have, and I'm not going to say that they will. I will say that when you venture into politics, and especially extremely far left politics, you could run into trouble with sponsors for the event. And now the same thing would happen if you had somebody who was an extremely right-wing creator. Companies don't really like the extreme portions of either side. And iDubbbz, unfortunately, at least in my opinion, has put himself in the extreme far left category by associating with Hassan and his group of friends. So I don't know if this will actually fix Creator Clash. I don't know if Creator Clash can come back from where it is. iDubbbz basically came in, caused a whole bunch of drama, made 2 people drop out, and then dipped. He put them in a terrible place. The people who are in charge now are not in a good spot, and they have to try to bring this thing back from the ashes. I do hope that they do it. I hope they manage to succeed despite everything that's going on, but I very much doubt that they will. You know, Creator Clash 2 didn't make any money, and that put Creator Clash 3 in a starting position that was bad. I mean, who was going to donate, who's going to buy tickets to this event that lost money in the past? Especially when the whole reason they wanted people to buy tickets to Creator Clash 2 was because of charity. So public opinion on it, public sentiment about the Creator Clash was already kind of low. And they tried to make up for that by having, you know, kind of interesting fights. I don't think that they had the most interesting people on there. I do think that having the Minecraft YouTubers on the card was a good move. Does that offset losing 2 people? No. So they started off in a bad position, and then iDubbbz came in and said, I'm going to make a content cop on Ethan Klein, caused a whole bunch of people to get really mad, including 2 of the fighters. They dropped out, and now he's just walking away, leaving these people with an event that's in shambles so far that they have to try to fix, right? They have to try to make up for the reputation they've gotten already during the time that Ian was in charge. Now, I'm not going to say that Ian did everything wrong. I do think that he probably should have just waited to put out his content cop, and the whole thing would have been a lot smoother. If he had just shut up and gone ahead and lived his life without making any political statements, I think he'd still be in charge of Creator Clash, and I think it would be in a better place now. But he didn't do that. He made some mistakes, at least in my opinion, they're mistakes, and it cost Creator Clash. Now we just have to see if they can fix that. What do you guys think? Is Creator Clash going to be able to come back from this even without iDubbbz? Is there a point to Creator Clash without iDubbbz? Because now there's not really a creator behind it, at least publicly. Nobody's announced there's a new creator as the face of this thing. Is it really a Creator Clash anymore? Or is it just a corporate event that's being put on? It just feels like there's going to be a big identity crisis from this. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. Remember to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and God bless you.